Well, it's a good night for a card game and a quiet drink.
Any night's a good night for a game of cards and a quiet drink. I'll take 3.
Two thanks. I'll try a straight. Give me 1 card.
And the dealer will take 3.
I'll raise you $1, and there's $2 to play.
I'm out. Just on me straight by 1 card.
I'm in for 2.
Okay, I'm in. What do you got?
3 jacks. Dealt straight to me.
Beats me.
3 kings.
Too good.
Anyone want another beer?
Yeah, I'll have 1.
Nah, I'm right.
You talked me into it. Just what a doctor ordered.
I'll take 3.
Full house. 3 7s, 2 5s.
No, I can't open.
Killer takes 4.
Anyone else want a beer?
3, please. So, Stephen, do you end up buying that Jag you were looking at?
1 thanks, Bob. Nah, I've thought about it for a while. Decided against it.
No, I can't open. So why don't you end up buying that Jag?
I'll open for $1.
Oh man, something that happened a long time ago.
Like what?
I once stole a Jag when I was a kid. Just happened to be walking past. Some idiot left the keys in it. So I said to myself, why not? I only drove it for a while. Then I got worried the cops were looking for me. So I left it near the beach and I just walked off.
When did this happen?
Back in the late 70s. I must admit I was drunk at the time. Haven't given it much thought until I was thinking about buying a Jag.
Did you ever get caught?
Nah, I wiped my fingerprints off the steering wheel. Don't even know whose car it was. Right, so whose call is it?
What's happened? What's going on?
Don't panic. I think I've blown the fuse. Should be a torch over here somewhere. That there big light. Sure, I've got a couple of candles over here.
Is there anything I can do?
No, I'll be alright. I've got a spare fuse, I'll have to plug it in. I'll only be a moment.
Does anybody else want another beer?
No thanks. I think I've had enough.
Nah, I'm alright. I'm thinking about going home soon.
Okay, sorry about that. Now, where were we?
I'm pretty sure I can open for $1.
I'm out.
Beer tastes funny. Are you waiting for me? No. Up for $1.
Oh, God.
He's dead.
Pardon me, is your name Victoria Donovan?
Yes, it is. Are you Mr. McLeod?
Yes. Please call me Joe. Shall we sit? Now, what would you like me to do for you?
I want you to find out who murdered Stephen Pratt.
Stephen Pratt?
by the look on your face, it's clear to me that you've heard of his case.
It's probably the most fascinating murder case in Australia's history. One victim and only 3 possible suspects.
The police are scared to lay charges because they don't have any cold, hard evidence on the one who actually murdered Stephen.
I understand what the police are going through. If they were sure they got the right man, the likely verdict would be not guilty.
Then with the double jeopardy law, he could never be recharged with the crime, even if he confessed to the murder.
As I said, it's a fascinating case.
Will you help me?
I'm only a private investigator. The police have a lot more resources than I do. What makes you think I'm going to learn anything from police have?
I don't, but I'll have to try something. The police seem to have given up.
So why are you so interested in the death of Stephen Pratt?
I was his girlfriend. Well, I was hoping to be his girlfriend.
And how long have you known Stephen?
For about 8 months.
And in those 8 months, could you tell me what Stephen was like? And what he may be in thinking?
I'll try.
Senior Detective Reg Carter.
Reg, it's Joe McLeod here.
What can I do for you?
I'm after any information you can give me on the Stephen Pratt case.
What do you want to know?
I've been given a commission to look into the case.
Well, who's your client?
One step at a time. Can I see the file?
No.
Can I come in and see it?
No, not here. In the rotunda at Johnson's Park, 12 o'clock tomorrow. Don't be late.
I'll be there at 11:30.
Well, thanks for meeting me, Reg.
Don't thank me yet. There isn't much I can tell you.
I know you're not directly involved in this case, but what can you tell me?
As soon as we finished talking on the telephone, I rang Detective Sergeant Cameron, a good mate of mine. He's sure that it's murder, but they can't pin it on anybody.
Is it possible that 2 or even all 3 of them are guilty?
It's possible, but all 3 suspects would swear they didn't know who was playing cards that night. It was Pratt's house. He organised who was going to be there.
But all 3 suspects know each other, surely.
They say that none of them had ever met each other until that night.
There must be some sort of history amongst the 3 of them.
If there is, it must get back a long way.
What sort of poison was it?
It was a cyanide pill.
Where would anyone get a cyanide pill?
You can get almost anything these days. The internet, black market, local pub. We've tried all avenues. We don't know where it came from.
Was there any bruising on the body?
No, the autopsy report showed nothing.
The whole case is bizarre. If you're going to kill somebody, You wouldn't do it in a room with two complete strangers. There are far better ways of doing it than that.
So, who's your client?
A friend of Pratt's.
And, does this friend have a name?
She was Pratt's wannabe girlfriend.
Pratt didn't have a girlfriend, or a wannabe girlfriend.
He was murdered before things could really get started.
So, does this wannabe girlfriend have a name?
Victoria Donovan. Now it's my turn. I need the home addresses of the three prime suspects.
That would be very inappropriate of a serving police officer to give out that sort of information to a member of the general public.
Yes, all right. Leave it with me. I've got to go now. There's someone at the front door. Yes, can I help you?
I certainly hope so. My name is Joe McLeod. I'm a private investigator looking into the death of Stephen Pratt. I was wondering if I could have a quiet word.
Sorry, there's nothing more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the police.
I appreciate that, but the fact is, this matter's not going to go away until the truth is revealed. So, if you have nothing to hide...
I didn't do it and I've got nothing to hide.
Well, in that case then, you won't mind talking to me.
You've got 5 minutes. All right. What do you want to know?
How long have you known Stephen Pratt?
The first time I had ever met Pratt was about 6 months before his death.
Where did you first meet each other?
In a pub in town. I called him for a quick drink and we began talking at the bar.
Was Pratt standing at the bar when you walked in?
No, I don't think so. No, he wasn't.
Who spoke first?
He did.
What did you talk about?
At the beginning we just had some small talk, talking about footy and that sort of thing. And then we started talking about work, and the next we were exchanging phone numbers and doing business with each other.
What sort of business?
Importing electrical goods.
Was it profitable?
Nothing come of it. He kept on telling me that he had problems with his supplier.
Did any money exchange hands?
No.
What did you talk about when you were playing cards that night?
Nothing really, just small talk.
Well, what was said just before the lights went out?
Kevin asked Stephen if he had bought the Jag that he was looking at, and Stephen said no, because it reminded him of when he was young and he stole a Jag. I think he said he was drunk at the time.
What did you do with the Jag?
He left it at the beach and walked off.
So, when did this happen?
I think he said in the late 70s.
Did he say whose car it was?
No.
Do you know whose car it was?
I think it was my dad's.
Did anything happen to the Jag?
It caused an accident. A young woman was killed.
Was your father charged?
No, someone was, but I don't remember who.
When Stephen went to fix the light fuse, did you get out of your seat?
No.
Did anybody get out of their seat?
Yes, Kevin got a can of beer out of the fridge.
Could Kevin have put something into Stephen's drink?
If he did, I didn't see it.
What about Barry?
Barry had his can right beside Stephen's can.
So Barry could have put something into Stephen's drink without him hardly moving?
Yes, but if he did, I didn't see it. Now, if that's all, I've got things to do.
Well, yes, thank you very much for your time. No doubt we'll be meeting again.
Senior Detective Reg Carter.
Reg, Joe McLeod here. I think I found something.
I'm listening.
Stephen Pratt. He stole a car, a Jag, back in the late 70s. It was Robert Templeton's father's car, and it caused an accident which a young woman was killed.
Go on.
That's all at this stage. I was just wondering if you get the old file out and find out who was charged with stealing the car.
It wasn't Steve Pratt.
No, it wasn't. But somebody was.
I'll get right onto it.
Joe McLeod.
Joe, it's Victoria Donovan. I have Stephen's house keys with me. If you like, I can meet you at his house anytime you want.
How'd you get his house keys?
From his solicitor.
Okay, I have his address. I'll be there in about half an hour.
Here are the keys.
Thank you.
I was told no one's been here since Stephen's death, except for the police, of course.
Okay.
Was Stephen very religious?
I wouldn't say very religious, but he was Catholic.
And how often did he go to church?
I'm not sure, but he did have a full Catholic service at his funeral.
I see. Had Stephen been acting a little strange just before he died?
Yes, now that you mention it.
Do you know why?
No, but I had a feeling it was something to do with his past.
Why hasn't this house been sold?
Stephen was an orphan and had made a will. I do remember Stephen saying something about a younger sister, but they were separated at a young age.
What happened to his parents?
They were killed in a plane crash coming back from Queensland.
Where was Stephen and his sister at the time?
They were in the plane crash, but they survived.
And what's Stephen's sister's name?
Rebecca. She was much younger than Stephen, so it was easy for her to get adopted out. Stephen stayed at the orphanage until he was 15.
It couldn't have been easy for him. Do you know Rebecca's surname?
No, the solicitor's still looking into it.
Alright, I think I've said enough here. But I do want to see the fuse box. Do you know where it is?
That's all I'd imagine.
Here it is.
Have you found something?
I'm not sure.
Hello. What's your name?
John, why? What's it got to do with you?
Nothing. Is your mum or your dad at home?
Mum's at home, but she isn't in a very good mood.
Okay. Well, thank you, Sean.
Yes, can I help you?
Good morning. I'd like to speak to your husband if I may.
I'm sorry, my husband's overseas at the moment.
Well, when will Kevin be back?
Who's Kevin? My husband's name's John. There's nobody by the name Kevin that lives here.
So you're not Mrs. Hughes?
No, my name's Caroline Gray.
This is 26 Marshmallow Road, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but we've only been living here for a few months.
I see. Well, I'm sorry to bother you.
I do have a forwarding address in case we get any mail. I can get it if you like.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that.
I'll just be a moment. Yeah, the bloke that lived here, his name was Kevin Hughes, but he only left me a postbox address. Sorry.
That's okay. Well, thank you for your time. Oh, I must say, your son was very helpful before. He seems like a very friendly young man.
Him? Helpful? I doubt it. He's feral. He's not mine. He belongs to the mob next door.
Hello?
Is this Barry Kirkwood?
Yes it is. Who's this?
My name is Joe McLeod. I'm a private investigator. I'm looking into the death of Stephen Platt.
I have nothing to say.
I understand. But this case is not going to go away until the truth comes out.
What do you want to know?
I don't want to talk to you over the phone. I prefer if we talk face to face.
I've told the police everything I know. I really can't see the point in having a meeting.
One way or another we're going to meet. Now, it's either at your home, in front of your family, or somewhere else. I don't care.
I don't want you to come here. Alright, I'll meet you at...
Yeah, I know where it is. I'll be there in an hour.
You the private detective? Yes, I am. Joe McLeod?
Alright, start asking your questions.
How long have you known Stephen Pratt? Before he died?
About 6 months.
Where did you meet?
It was right here, but not in the grandstand. We were down beside the fence. My son was playing football.
Did he approach you, or did you approach him?
I'm not sure. My son had a shot at goal, and he missed. I yelled out, "Bad luck, son." He yelled out something like, "Bad luck, West, get the next one."
So he approached you.
Yes, I suppose he did.
And at that point, had you seen Stephen at the football before?
No, I don't think so.
So why was he at the game?
He was just a supporter. I saw him every Saturday after that game for the rest of the season.
Did you like him?
Yes, I did. It was nice to have someone my own age to talk to every Saturday.
Did you ever have any business dealings together?
No, I'm just a factory worker. I don't have any business dealings with anyone.
Did you know who was going to be at the car game that night?
No, I didn't.
Who do you think killed Stephen?
I don't know.
You were sitting the closest to his can of beer.
I know I was, but it wasn't me.
What can you tell me about the car that Stephen stole back in the late 70s?
It was a Jag.
I've told the police about the incident, and they are now looking into the case. So if there's anything you feel you need to tell me, now's the time.
It was my brother who was charged with stealing the car. He was only 22 at the time, but had the mentality of an 8-year-old. The police found him in the car. He was pretending to be driving it. The fact is, he didn't know how to drive. The police needed to convict somebody. Trevor fit the bill.
And where is Trevor now?
He died later in jail. He couldn't handle it. Plus, he shouldn't have been in there to start off with.
And how did that make you feel? When Stephen told you that he stole the car?
Shocked, stunned, mad. But I don't go walking around carrying poison on the off chance that I might find the person responsible for my brother's death.
Okay, I finished. Sorry to bother you, but we will have to meet again.
Hello, Victoria Donovan speaking.
Victoria, it's Joe. In which church did Stephen have his funeral service?
At St Mary's Church.
Do you know the name of the priest who performed the service?
Yes, it was Father York.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Thank you.
Are you Father York?
Yes, sir. My name's Joe McLeod. I'm a private investigator. I'm looking into the death of Stephen Pratt.
I see. What would you like to know?
Can we speak somewhere with a bit more privacy?
Yes, certainly. Would you like to come to the vicarage?
Thank you, Father. I appreciate that.
I was just about to make myself a cup of tea. Would you like to join me?
No, thank you, Father. I've only got a few questions, if I may.
Please sit down.
Thank you, Father.
Now, What would you like to know?
Did Stephen regularly attend church?
In the last 6 months of his life, I would say yes.
And before that?
No. He may have attended at Christmas and Easter, but that's about all.
Why do you think Stephen started going back to the church shortly before his death?
That's a very strange question to ask a priest.
Yes, I suppose it is. But something must have triggered it.
People come back to the church for all sorts of reasons.
I'm not asking you to divulge a personal trust you had with Stephen. All I want to know is, did he have anything on his mind shortly before his death?
I'm not sure. I think something in his past had caught up with Stephen.
Do you have any idea what it might have been?
I suspect something in his youth, and only shortly before his death he discovered the consequences of his actions.
But you're not sure what it might have been?
No, I'm sorry.
Finally, did Stephen ever talk to you about his funeral arrangements?
Yes he did.
Did you think that was strange?
No, certainly not. Many young and fit people arrange their own funerals. You don't have to be old to die.
No, of course not. So, when did this conversation take place?
Shortly before he died.
Well, that's all, Father. Thank you for your time.
I hope you find out the truth.
So do I, Father. I'll see this all out. Joe McLeod.
It's me. I've been looking at that old case file you requested. I don't know where to start.
Start at the car.
Okay, the Jag was stolen on the 10th of October 1979. It was owned by Edward Templeton, Robert Templeton's father.
Yes, I knew that.
Did you know the police found an unregistered firearm in the boot of that vehicle, which Edward Templeton was later arrested for?
No, I didn't know that.
Next is Barry Kirkwood. His brother Trevor was charged and later found guilty of stealing the car.
Yes, Barry told me earlier today.
You have been busy. Did he tell you that Trevor hanged himself whilst in prison?
No. He only told me that Trevor died in jail. He didn't tell me how.
Finally comes Kevin Hughes.
Let me guess. It was Kevin's sister who was killed on that day?
I don't know why you asked me to get the old file out. Did Hughes tell you that?
No, I haven't met Hughes yet. I'll do that tomorrow.
Well, you are right. Eyewitnesses saw the Jag cut across in front of the car that Susan Hughes was driving, which caused her to hit into the power pole. She died at the scene. Jag wasn't damaged.
So, it's more than likely that Stephen Platt never knew that he caused an accident, which killed somebody.
That's the way I see it.
Okay, Reg. I owe you one.
I haven't finished yet. I've left the best for last.
And what's that?
Victoria Donovan.
What about her?
Donovan's her maiden name. Hughes is her married name. She divorced Kevin Hughes about 18 months ago. I take it she didn't mention that.
No, she didn't. Looks like I owe you more than one.
You know I'll have to pass on this information.
Can you give me 24 hours?
24 hours, no more.
Hello, Victoria Donovan speaking.
Victoria. Joe McLeod here. I need the keys to Stephen's house.
Hello, Joe. Yeah, that's fine. I haven't returned them yet.
Good. Where can I meet you?
Same place as last time, at Eastern Beach.
10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Is that alright?
Yes, I can make it then.
Good. I'll see you tomorrow at 10.
Okay, bye.
You have the keys?
Yes, here they are. Is there anything else you need?
Only one other thing. Where can I find your ex-husband?
suppose I was kidding myself if I thought I could keep my marriage a secret from you.
It would have been better if you had told me straight away.
You won't tell the police about me, will you?
It's too late. The police told me who you are.
I'm not doing it because I hate my ex-husband. I don't hate Kevin at all. I'm doing it to find out if the father of my children is a murderer.
Did you actually know Stephen Pratt?
We did date a few times, and things were going great. Then it all stopped.
What happened?
I don't know exactly. I was having dinner at a fancy restaurant, and I was telling Stephen about Kevin's sister, how she died so young.
Where did you two meet?
In church of all places. I dropped my Bible, and he picked it up, and it all started from there.
Did your ex-husband know that you were seeing Stephen?
I don't know. But if he did, he wouldn't have killed Stephen because of me.
Do you know where I can find Kevin?
He'll be where he is every Sunday, at the cemetery.
Which cemetery?
Eastern Cemetery.
Are you Kevin Hughes?
Yes.
My name is Joe McLeod. I'm a private investigator. I'm looking into the death of Stephen Pratt. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What makes you think I want to talk to you?
Because the police know who's responsible for the death of your sister.
I didn't know it was Pratt who was driving that Jag that caused my sister to crash her car until the night we were playing cards.
How did you and Pratt meet?
He came to my car yard. He wanted to buy a used car.
And did he?
No, he had some money coming his way. An inheritance, I think. He had to wait till the money come through. Well, that's what he's telling me. After that, he began hanging around the car yard.
And you became friends?
I suppose so. He started doing small jobs for me.
Well, what sort of jobs?
Nothing major. He'd occasionally pick up a car from another dealer. That sort of thing.
Did you pay him?
Only by showing him a beer after work.
When Pratt spoke about stealing that Jag all those years ago, did you realise he was referring to the day his sister died?
I'm not sure. At first I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Then the lights went out and Pratt left the room to fix the fuse.
Did you go near Pratt's can of beer?
I got up to get a can from the fridge for myself, and the seat was near the fridge, but I did not touch his beer.
Did anyone touch Pratt's can of beer?
I don't know, but I don't think so.
Had you ever met Bob or Barry before that night?
I have dozens of people come around my car yard every week. Now one or both of them may have come through my car yard to buy a car. I don't know. All I do know is neither of them bought a car off me. I know that because I've checked and so have the police. In my own mind, I've never met either of them until that night.
You don't have your car yard anymore. Why is that?
It's hard to sell a second-hand car at the best of times. But after that night, business just stopped. Nobody wants to buy a car of a possible murderer.
And you moved house?
I couldn't keep up the mortgage payments. Now I live in a little flat in Highton.
Do you remember where Stephen Pratt lived?
How could I forget?
We'll meet you there at 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Why?
Because Bob and Barry are going to be there.
I would like to thank the three of you for being here. I'm sure that the last 12 months haven't been easy for you. As you know, I've been hired to find out who killed Stephen Pratt.
Who hired you?
Your ex-wife. This case has stuck the police for the past 12 months, and I'm sure that they believe that all three of you conspired in the murder of Stephen Pratt. But they couldn't find the link that tied the three of you together. But I have.
I told you, I'd never met Bob or Kevin until that night.
It all began on the 10th of October 1979, when Stephen stole a car. He was drunk and meant no harm, but the chain of events caused the death of two innocent people. The first one to die was Kevin's sister, who was run off the road by Stephen's drunkenness. The second one was Barry's brother, who was wrongly convicted and sent to prison for the crime. He later hanged himself whilst in prison.
And where does Bob fit into this?
It was Bob's father's car that was stolen. He was later charged with having an unregistered firearm in the boot.
It was an old World War I 303 rifle. My father found it when he was demolishing a house. The trigger didn't even work, and he was only forced to pay a small fine.
That's all the police needed to tie the three of you together for murder.
That's ridiculous.
Stephen had a hard childhood. His parents died in a plane crash. His younger sister was adopted out, but he stayed in an orphanage until he was 15 years old. When people get older, they mellow and they try and find direction in their life. Stephen found religion and believed in the Holy Bible. That's where he met your ex-wife. They began dating and things seemed to be going well. Then one day, your ex-wife told Stephen about the death of your sister. I can't prove it, but I'm sure this played on his mind, and he delved deeper into the accident. Now, with his religious beliefs, he decided to confront the families who were involved. He met Bob in a pub, he met Barry at a local football game, and Kevin at his car yard. And all this time his plan was to get to know the three of you and become friends. Then he suggested to the three of you to come to his place for a friendly game of cards and a drink. And as the night drew on, he knew sooner or later Kevin would ask him about the Jag that he was thinking about buying. That was his chance to confess, in a roundabout sort of way, for what he had done all those years ago, knowing full well that all of you knew what he's referring to.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that he was trying to tell you how sorry he was for what he had done, and in his own mind, the only true way of doing this was by killing himself.
He committed suicide?
He put a small little device to the safety switch in the meter box, which he controlled by a small device in his pocket. When the time was right, he activated the switch, cutting the power, putting the whole house into darkness. At that time, he put the cyanide poison into his own drink. It was the only time the poison could have got into his can of beer.
Ah, that's why the torch and candles were close and handy.
Stephen had to make sure that he had enough light so he could swear to the police and look each other in the eye, knowing that nobody has put anything into his drink, while he was putting the power back on and getting rid of these small electrical devices.
If he wanted to kill himself, why didn't he leave a note and leave us out of it?
His religion forbids one from killing himself. So he had to make it look like murder. To have a full Catholic funeral.
He put us through hell so he could have a Catholic funeral?
I know it seems strange. He tried to say sorry and hope for forgiveness. But by doing that, he created a nightmare. He clearly wasn't thinking straight. I will be revealing to the police on what happened that night. As far as you three are concerned, it's all over.
Victoria, how are you?
Good, thanks. Do you know who did it?
Yes. Are you ready to hear the truth?
Yes, I am.